Copy.
Yep.
Welcome to the Prospectors Radio Show.
All right.
You are tragic.
Just call me tragic. Tragic Tim. That's my name. And I'm your host. Tonight I got Simply Scott. Really, Rob. Dazzling Dennis. And just Jaron. We are all here tonight. And we got a special guest joining us tonight. Kevin Hoagland will be hanging out with us here shortly. So what's going on?
Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. Thank you. I was
Celebrating the wife.
Dealing with the cold.
cold. Yeah, that's definitely happening.
That too.
Yeah. Cold everywhere. It's cold. Even in,
Oh yeah, rainy, cold.
yeah, it's rainy here too, Dan.
Wife's birthday today, so having a happy birthday for the wife. So
Nice. Happy birthday, Paula.
Happy birthday, Paula.
Yeah, sing it, Rob.
No, that's Dennis's job.
I want to interrupt you. Well, you were singing a special. You said, happy birthday, Paula. It won't stop you. Nope.
No, we had a good Thanksgiving. Got a project done and was got a new metal detector out of the deal coming towards.
What kind of
Should
metal?
get it Monday.
What kind?
It's a mine lab.
Oh,
He got it on Black Friday. Don't let him lie to you.
Black Friday at my lab.
He says in the deal.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Well, the funny thing is I've never even heard of this model before.
Huh?
This is like a totally brand new model.
Oh, what
And-
model is it?
The only way you can find out about it is if you go through MyLab's website and you click on their metal detecting list, and it's all the way at the very bottom. It's called the Xterra Voyager.
Kevin's probably got
And
two.
it's only sold through Amazon.
All right.
Really?
So you can ask Kevin about it tonight. See if he's ever heard.
Well, to me, for the price that they offered it, this is like entry level.
Right.
Oh, it's a coin.
So
Is
I'm
that,
gonna check it out, try it.
is that the kind you wanted, or?
No, I kind of want to be one at first on YouTube because nobody's heard of it yet.
Okay.
I mean, for the last 4 or 5 days, people are
Right.
talking about it, but nobody's got a video of it yet.
Nobody's doing videos with it.
I think there was one person that might be doing it, that may have did it, but I don't believe he's in the United States. I think he may be somewhere down under, but I could be wrong.
Okay.
Well, they have a slight accent.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
you could probably figure it out.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, for the price, when I looked at it on Amazon, geez, it wasn't too terribly bad.
What it costs.
And some people are telling me, "Oh yeah, you should have just went with the Xterra Pro, which is like $100 more."
$49.99.
$49.99.
Yeah, $249.
$240.
Right.
Okay. So that's what you paid for it, $249?
Yeah.
Is that
So
the-
I want to get one of those and try it out and do some YouTube videos with it and give my opinion, because I used to own an Xterra. It was a 705, and that was before all the newer advanced technology came in. What Kevin, he knows a lot about that.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm surprised they got quite a few mine labs on here. The Equinox 900.
On
Yeah.
where? Amazon?
Yeah, the Vanquish 540.
Oh, the MindLabs website.
No, on Amazon. The
On
Mine
Amazon,
Lab
yeah.
TVX 3030. That's Jesus, $2,000.
Phooey, wooey.
That's the one I
buddy.
swing, Scott,
Oh, is it?
and that was $2,500.
Well, that says
So
I got it on here for $1,999.
Yeah, it's $500 off now.
Oh, and if you get it tomorrow, it might even be cheaper on Cyber Monday. Hey,
Did you call that the Vanquish, Rob?
Voyager.
No, it's called the Voyager.
Okay.
Xterra Voyager.
Xterra Voyager.
There's an Xterra
Now,
Pro.
you'll see with me, I had gotten a backup metal detector when I had to send mine off to get repaired, and I chose the cheapest one I could get my hands on at the time. And that was a Go Find 60, and that was $249. And they had a couple other models that were cheaper. But I needed something for the 4th of July weekend, so that's why I grabbed it. I didn't have enough to get an Equinox.
They got a MindLab. They got a MindLab Xterra Pro waterproof treasure metal detector for adults. 3 detectors for $258. That's not bad, I guess.
Yeah,
No, not bad.
Not for a waterproof one.
All the coils are supposed to be waterproof anyway, right?
Well, this says waterproof treasure.
The coils are waterproof. I think the Xterra Pro, the control box, might be completely submersible.
It looks like a
what
telephone
these-
on the end of it.
Yeah, but this Xterra Voyager, it is not 100% waterproof, so only the coil is. The control box cannot get wet.
Right.
Yeah. And the nice selling point about that is it comes with 2 9-volt batteries, so it's not a lithium built-in battery. Be honest with you, I hate them. If the battery goes dead, that's the end of the hunt.
You're done.
That's why I love my 3030, because it is a lithium battery, but if it goes dead, I can swap it out and put a battery pack with double A's and keep on going.
What are those metal detectors that's got like 2 antennas and 1 antenna coming out the front, and it ain't got a coil or anything on it? It's professional.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I think they were mainly for gold.
You're talking about the one you hold in your hand and it spins?
No, it looks like a gun, like a radar gun.
Dennis gets one. What are them called?
Yeah, I've seen those in the
Dennis,
in the GPA magazines a long time ago.
That electronic gold finder that you hold in your hand and it'll turn and spin towards gold and heads.
Oh yeah. Shout.
There you go.
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess you just point this at the ground and it's supposed to read the metals inside of it or something.
Yeah.
It'll point.
But it's got for $324.
Yeah, they're about that. Ah, crap! I can't remember what they're called.
I can't either.
Scott, if you go into the Zoom chat, I just posted a link to the metal detector.
A link to the metal detector. All right.
Yeah.
Scott, you want to give us the gold prices and we'll get.
Well, if you really want to know. Anyway, hey, we're looking pretty good. We're over that 2,000 mark as of Friday anyway. It actually took a $10 jump up to $2,003. That's pretty good, darn good. And we got 61 cents on the jump of silver. It took that to $24.42, which it ain't quite 26 where Tim wants it, but it's 24.
24 is almost 25.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it is. It's 24. It's actually 24.42. Platinum, they actually had that $17 jump on that, went to $941. We got palladium, took a little $24 jump. That went to $1,094. And rhodium actually did some trading. That went up $50 to $4,900.
And Jaron, what about that crazy old Bitcoin?
It is currently at $37,531.
It was dropping. It was up over 38, right?
Yeah, it got up to 38,447.
Yeah. I thought it did. Yep.
It's going to drop.
No, it's just going to take that little, and then go right back up.
The trading pirates are saying
it's going to the moon.
It's going to do something, all right.
To the moon. Be ready, Scott. Jump on that ship.
No.
Your tickets now.
I get sick. You know what? I keep getting tired of everybody. Hey, do you got a Cash App? I'll just send it to you. I'm like, no, just give me the money.
You don't have a Cash App? You don't do wait, you don't do Venmo or Cash App?
I do not do that stuff off of my phone. No. I don't have any bank numbers in my phone. I don't have any passwords I don't have nothing in my phone. If it ain't text or look at Facebook or call, I don't use it.
Just Venmo me that money you owe me, Scott.
Yeah, I'll Venmo it right to you.
Yeah. Well, I got PayPal, but I refuse to get Cash App or Venmo because I just don't trust them.
Yeah.
I've been using Cash App and Venmo for about over 3 years now, and it's never had any issues. It's nice to have.
I use Cash App. I have not used Venmo. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not enforcing that $600 rule this year, and they're actually going to jump it up to 5,000 next year.
What?
You have to, like, the rule was that if you send over $600 cumulative, you have to file taxes on it.
Yeah, the government wanted to know about it.
Right.
I think that's bullcrap.
It was mainly geared towards those resale apps and eBay and Craigslist and stuff like that.
Yada stuff. Yeah.
Well, they'll just find another way around it, just like they did on eBay. Oh, it only costs $20, but shipping costs $219.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much, you're right.
Which I got to admit, when I was doing eBay a long time ago, I used that same method because eBay couldn't get you on that because that's what the shipping cost you. But now they got eBay's got a way around that you can't do that anymore. So
Scurvy. eBay.
Yep.
The guns. That detector, Scott, is called the Ionic Long Range Treasure Detector. The handheld.
I don't. No, the one I was looking at, it wasn't called that. But hang on a second. I don't know what it was. It's got, like I said, it's got like one antenna and then two little ones coming out the top, and you just kind of.
Yeah, we've used them, and it'll point to where the friggin'
Gold
at. Yeah. I forget what it's called. Rich knows right off the top of his head. Rich would go, "It's the blah blah blah," because he really was fascinated by it. And I thought Dennis, you owned one. You do, don't you?
I got one. Yeah, I got one.
I thought you did.
Where the heck did it go?
And it is called the blah blah.
Yeah, that.
I just had it on here a little bit ago. Now I can't find the darn thing.
Exactly what it's called.
Crap. It doesn't. But it doesn't turn or anything. It's just got.
The one Dennis had it. You hold it in your hand, and it'll turn and point to it.
No, that's a dowsing rod.
But it's not a dowsing rod. It's just an electronic blah blah treasure finder thing here.
Yeah. The one I think Scott's talking about is it's like a radar gun with 3 prongs sticking out, and it just kind of like a, what do you call those? Uranium meters.
Yeah, it says it reads
Geiger counters. I mean,
old something, but
ask Kevin, he'll know. He'll be like,
I just wonder if they really work.
Ask Kevin.
I mean,
Kevin will say it blah 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 blah
right.
blah.
But I'm just saying. I mean, if it's, a metal detector. I mean, any metal detector will pick up a vein. So, I don't know.
Any metal detector will pick up a what?
A vein, like an inch vein,
Will it?
Well, I would hope to shout. Good Lord, freaking an inch wide of metal.
But would it?
You never can.
Can you guys hear me?
Now we
Yeah.
say
What's
something.
up, crony?
Say something else, and we'll know.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me.
We'll make you full screen and give you the honors.
He must be on the road.
Wait, why do you say he's on the road?
Because he looks like he's in an RV.
Oh, he looks like he's in his RV.
Dude, I'm home.
There's an RV.
I am home. This is where I live now.
In your RV?
You damn right I did.
Hey,
Where I
why
am.
not? Why not, right?
It's the only thing that made sense. I was sitting around getting ready to buy a house and looking at the cost of money and all the other stuff that goes along with it and all the idiotic, just all the stupid stuff. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to buy myself a 930 square foot home for 70 grand.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I can go wherever I damn well want.
Oh, there you go. And you got a fancy desk in there. Look at there. Ooh. Man. So wait, is you got one of them? It is a driving unit then, the one you got?
No, it's a fifth wheel.
Oh,
So
it's a fifth
big
wheel?
ass
Okay.
wheel. Yeah, big ass Grand Design 44-foot fifth wheel trailer.
Toy hauler.
No, not a toy hauler. I chose not to go with a toy hauler. I wanted comforts. Plus, with the big fifth wheel, you can just hook on the you can hook a trailer to it.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just haul the buggy and everything else with me behind it.
Way to go.
Well, actually, I don't. Somebody else does for the time being, because quite frankly, I don't have anything big enough to haul this bastard.
I was gonna say, did you get rid of your Jeep?
No. No, the Jeep is the company vehicle, and I'm sitting there looking at this thing is 32.5 dry.
Right.
So I'm looking at a few 1-tons right now.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But hey, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey,
I'm loving it.
Kevin, how'd your show go over there at Morristown, the metal detecting thing?
Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah.
I tried to make the last one.
Yeah. I hear that from you all the time. I'll be there.
Famous last words.
Yep.
I think I got better luck having Dennis show up than I've got a you
Right.
show up.
Right.
No, I had a buddy of mine. It was just like, I think 2 days before that. He says, I wanted to learn how to do my metal detector better. I was like, dude, let's go this Saturday. I said, Kevin and Bill's over here in Morristown. They're doing it up there on the Vulture, what's it called, the bait claim? Vulture bait? Is that right?
Vulture bait. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I said, if you don't learn from these guys, you're not going to learn anything.
That's pretty much true. I mean, not to sound arrogant or cocky, but yeah, I mean, if everybody that was there walked away with a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
But
That's
cool. He backed out the night before we was going to go. I was like, what? God darn it.
Got any more coming up, Kevin, soon?
I do. I've got a lot more stuff going on. Hang on. I just accidentally opened up a video.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I've got a lot more coming up in December and January. I'm booked all the way through February. Matter of fact, I've got to call Shannon and tell him I can't MC the Amaret dinner this year because I'm right in the middle of a gold trails when that's happening. Yeah.
Okay. So you're staying pretty busy.
I am staying really busy,
which is good.
It's always good, man. If I'm not doing something, I'm getting in trouble.
I bet. Yeah.
Well,
I could only imagine.
Yeah. Well, the gold trails have been fantastic. I actually went out the first time in April.
Okay.
And since April, I've worked with over 1,200 GPA members on GPA claims.
Okay.
And it's me going back to the roots and just teaching people the things that I learned and talking about, understanding distribution and concentration events and how everything works and really understanding water. Because quite frankly, the principles that I use when I'm working here are the same exact principles I've used anywhere that I've been around in the world.
Right.
I don't care if it's the desert bajadas of Arizona or when I was in Ghana, West Africa. The principles are all they're still the same.
Right.
Australia, Africa, Central and South America, all these different places.
You actually went to
Guyana. It's the same stuff. Pardon?
You actually went to Guyana.
No, Ghana. West Africa. Way down in the corner, West Africa.
Yeah, Lord.
That was a long time ago, man. That was a long, long, long time ago. That was a whole other world.
Whole nother time, right?
Yeah.
Now all these clinics and stuff, are they all just held in like Arizona, California, or are you going to?
Oh God, no! I've been to mom. Oh, okay. So here we go.
All right, rattle it off.
Arizona, California, Oregon, Washington, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've gone to. Oh man, I can't even remember how many claims I've gone to.
Right.
Yeah. I just I try to do two or three at a time when I'm in a state, and Montana was great. I got to go to a claim that I don't even know how we got the claim. I don't even know how it came into the GPA inventory.
Uh-huh.
I was blind on it. I went out there and what I really did is I had a great group of people. Matter of fact, between six of us, we had a little bit over almost 300 years worth of prospecting experience between all six of us. And
Wow.
I'll tell you what, we tried. We beat it to death. We looked for everything we could. And we went to everywhere gold was supposed to be, everywhere gold wasn't supposed to be. And then that night, sitting in the hotel, I pulled up all the USGS maps and everything else. And I left it up. I left it up to the entire crew. You know, did we keep this claim? Did we drop it?
Right.
And it was a resounding, let's let it go. I mean, quite frankly, it was, like I said, I don't even know how it got into our inventory. I wasn't part of that one. And we weren't paying anything on it. I mean, it's nothing that nothing we had to really worry about or deal with. So,
Right.
I mean, it was pretty interesting. So,
but no.
Oh no.
But no
Gotta
gold.
put that back up. You can see my popcorn.
We're used to it. We're used to Dennis eating his little snacks, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I wanted to get over there and do a video on you doing, teaching those guys and stuff at Morristown one time. Of course, it's going to help me too. I'm interested.
Can I share a screen and show you guys a little short video? You'll love it.
I think I got screen sharing set up. Yeah, it's set up. Rock and roll. Go for it.
Hell, I'm blind. I can't even see where the screen share is. All right, let me get this thing opened up because it's a lot.
Testing.
Testing 1 2.
Testing 1 2. Right.
It's a shorty. It's only $1. It's only $1.47. So
okay. Dun, dun.
Hey, Tank, did you have a good time? Did you learn something? What did you learn?
That my metal detector actually can find stuff that even as small as a little tiny. Learn how to slow down. Learn how to slow down and be more patient. Yes, absolutely. Slow down and some geology of the area. Gold loves gravity. That's the right answer right there. There's no gold on the book. Nobody found it. But JK. JK. Well, it was a little microgram that is probably need some kind of scientific laboratory scale to measure in some bizarre foreign measurement system because it probably weighed like 2 millionths of a pound or something like that.
That is the voice of a man that does not want anybody to come out to this claim and work in the area that he's been working this weekend. So, with that, I have to say, yeah, don't come out to absolutely no gold here. There's never been gold on the. Yeah, didn't happen. Don't come.
I like how he's got the name bleeped out like a cuss word.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was funny.
It's like beep, beep, beep.
Where was that one at?
That was over at the Vulture Bait.
Okay, Vulture Bait. Roger that. Gotcha.
Now that's right off the Vulture Road, right?
No. That's wait. Am I back up or am I still on a screen share?
Back up.
There we go. No, that's actually over in Little San Domingo.
Okay.
It's a massive claim on the over on off the Little San Domingo in the like the Maricopa group and that whole area through there. Great claim. I mean, it's been one of my favorites for a couple of decades now. It's between that and the Soldier Boy up in Yavapai County. Those have been some of my absolute go-to claims over the years.
Man, I find the Soldier Boy difficult. I do. I don't know why. I just find it difficult.
It is difficult. There's nothing. Look, the Soldier Boy claim is a claim that if I had to put like a 1 to 5, 1 being you get out of your Toyota Prius wearing Birkenstocks and a pair of polo shorts, and you can go find some gold. And 5 being you're going to get beat up really bad and torn up. Vulture bait's about a 4.3.
Yeah, because those bushes are mean.
Oh yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you what, man, I've done a lot of detecting on vulture bait over the years, and when there's some of those areas where I absolutely just laid down on the ground and just at that time I was swinging a machine that had a separated control box, but I just kind of tucked that on my strap on my back, and I'm crawling underneath the bushes swinging the coils.
Wow.
You know, I'll do whatever it takes to. I'll get in there and I'll get in there and get gold.
That's where you're going to find it.
But Tim, those bushes remind me of holly bushes. Like the leaves will get you.
Oh yeah. Oh, there is nothing on that claim that's not out there to beat you up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you see the picture on my Facebook lately?
Not me, no.
Here, I'll share my screen again.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, gee.
That looks.
Welcome to a day of prospecting with me.
Oh, you look like you're crawling through barbed wire. Holy cow.
Yeah. No, that's just, I mean, that's typical.
As long as it's worth it in the end.
Well, you know, and there used to be a big joke about the probability of finding gold was directly proportional to the amount of blood that I left.
Uh-huh.
The day.
There you go. Well, that was a good day then.
What in the hell? I can't see what he's holding up.
Oh, Danny?
Yeah.
So my snacks, I get started out with this big old Hershey Kiss.
Jeez.
And then
eating that thing?
Top it off with a Rice Krispie treat.
Jesus.
Wow. And I'm feeling bad.
Talk about a sugar high.
Yeah.
And it's my bedtime snack.
How can you sleep after eating all those sweets? Yeah.
It's Dennis.
It's
I mean,
Dennis. Yeah, it's right. It's Dennis.
Yeah, it's Dennis.
The Dennisism.
So when's your next event?
I believe it's on the 10th or the 9th or 10th. I took a little bit of time off.
Right.
Just to kind of relax a little bit.
Sure. No, you can't just work all the time.
I can't?
No.
No.
You got to take off some time, have some Kevin time.
Well, I mean, now's a good time to start. I mean, the weather's getting cooler, so swinging a coil now is not, you could actually do long time hikes and stuff like that.
See, Scott, I really think you should go to one of Kevin's things.
That's what I was getting at there, buddy.
All right, good. Keep going then. Don't let me stop you.
All you have to do is show up, man. Sign up and show up.
Yeah.
How easy is that, Scott? And then
I keep telling everybody. I mean, all you have to do is show up and. All right, let me look at my schedule.
All right, look at your schedule.
Let's see. November 18th, December 8th and 9th, 8th and 9th. Maricopa group. December 12th and 13th on the Maricopa group, and December 16th. And then, okay, so I got 2 back-to-back basically on the Maricopa group. One's a full-on gold trails, and the other one is a detector only.
Okay.
And I've got December 16th and 17th on a brand new claim that I'm bringing in. Okay. And that's in Arizona. Then I'm in San Bernardino, California, San Bernardino, 3 different claims there. San Diego, Yavapai County, La Paz, Arizona, and then back to Maricopa.
La Paz, that's courtside, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
What about San Diego?
Pardon?
What about San Diego?
That's going to be that's the Gold Prospectors 1 and 2 in Warrior. The claim's right off the highway. Yeah, we've had George is the one that found, he's the one that got those back when he was alive.
Oh, wow.
And there's been, aside from the fact that people don't think there's gold on it because of where it is or this or that or anything else, I get a kick out of it coming in this time of the year, and they're already having some rains. I mean, that's going to be great prospecting on that one.
Ah,
Sluice box, a little metal detecting here and there.
right.
That's about all. It takes.
Yeah, I believe PV, if you know what I'm talking about. There was some claims in GPA. I thought I heard about them dropping it. Did they get them back? Because that is pretty flower gold in that neck of the woods, and it's kind of where you're talking about, right off the freeway.
Yeah, no, I everything that I have there is still there. I mean, the Batista claims, in San Bernardino, I just got finished. Matter of fact, that picture of me all cut up, that was on the Batista claims, and then we've got the Warriors. I did drop a lot of claims this last year. It's just a lot of them are just strictly like really dredging claims, and they make no sense in California to have dredging claims.
Right.
I can free up that money and go off and start looking for more claims, and that's really what my 2024 is going to be all about. I dropped a lot of dirt, and I dropped some dirt in Arizona. I dropped some dirt in California, Oregon, Washington, one group in Colorado. Picked up 2 more in Colorado, all dredging claims in Colorado, and they're great because now we have access. Members have access to almost a mile of a very good gold producing river.
That's nice.
And that's another one of those 4.5 out of 5s. It's not going to be the easiest thing in the world. Matter of fact, I'll probably hold a dredge school there.
Oh, that'd be
cool. I'll probably do a dredge school there, and a couple other things is what I'm looking at.
And what was it, 4 or 5 years ago? You guys dropped like all the claims over here by Black Canyon City.
Oh yeah, we had to. We had no choice. The ingress, we couldn't even get into them anymore.
Oh,
yeah. They're like,
I mean, when it's
25.
Pardon?
24, 25 claims, something like that. There's a lot of them that just.
Well, years ago, so the Abracadabra group, they had the reason for the first drop is that I'm an agent of record for a lot of claims, and that was one of those where BLM was trying to reach out to the owners, and they couldn't ever get a hold of the owners. And when it all got back onto my plate, and I started doing the research, there was a whole bunch of them that had passed away.
Yeah,
and they never redid the paperwork. They didn't do the amendments. So those, the folks that were still alive and surviving, I reached out to them and just told them I can't do this. I mean, it's BLM you're going to have to amend these claims, do this, do that, or just let them go. And then the last one's because I kept a couple of the abracadabras for a while, but with all the land swaps and the private land that's out there, and that industrial land that's out there, it was getting virtually impossible to get there.
Yeah.
So it's just senseless. It's senseless to keep a claim. Look, I'll keep a claim that's got really rough gold on it, and meaning getting to the gold is really rough. To me, that's still a claim. That's still something that's really workable.
Right.
But when you have to fight for your life just to be able to get onto the claim,
yeah.
I don't mean that figuratively, or I don't mean that literally, but when you have to fight to be able to get on a claim and you don't know what's going to happen from week to week, then it just doesn't make sense to keep that. It doesn't make sense to keep something that is unusable.
All right.
Especially at $200 or $160, $65 an acre, plus state, all the state recordings, and believe me, all the county fees, the county recording fees have gone through the ceiling over the last few years. So,
right.
Except in Arizona, Montana, they're still mining friendly.
That's good.
Yeah, I was going to try to get the Calamity 9, but somebody beat me to it. He's already, believe it or not, he's already reached out because he's seen a video. He says, man, I've seen your videos you did on the Calamity 9 and done it. He goes, well, now me and my buddy owns this. He goes, I'd like to pick your brain. I was like, dude, I'll just walk you down there and point. That's all I got to do. It's right there. Dig.
Yeah. Yeah. I love places like that. There's one of the claims in New Mexico that I just got finished with. It was it's one of those astounding claims that understanding the geology is understanding 99% of it. And what's really funny about that claim is a lot of people just run down into the wash, like a lot of people do. They run to the wash in these desert Bahamas, and the really the first thing that they do is they just start working in the stream, and that's fine, but that's the last resting place of the gold.
Yeah.
And we started looking around at a couple other spots, and it's like, try this, try that, try that, and then every one of them we ended up with really good color.
I think me and Lisa still got, what do we still got, like 2 ounces of Calamity 9 gold? Maybe. I think we still got 2 ounces of Calamity 9 gold.
Really?
I pulled what? Shoot, Ben pulled 4 or 5 ounces off of it. I think I pulled 4 the first year. Went back and reran my tailings and pulled another 4 ounces out of there.
Out of your tailings?
Yeah, out of the tailings.
Good Lord.
What were you using?
When we was doing it, we were running a 151 and a 140, but we were going to town as hard as we can get it before everybody figured out where it was at.
Hold on. There was 2 of you guys running a 151?
No, he was running 151 and I was running 140 at that time.
You know what? I don't even break out the 151 unless I've got 3 people that are shoveling into it.
Oh, I work 151 by myself.
Yeah, me and Scott will run it perfectly fine.
Man.
Hey, 60 buckets of classified dirt a day. It goes through it.
I guess it went through it.
Now, do you prep all your material before you run it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Then that's fine. Yeah. I just oh God, I hope I don't make anybody mad, but you know, watching these guys that just sit there and shovel out of the bank and into a 151.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's just like, well, when you leave, don't bury anything. I'll take care of it. I used to, that's what I used to do in the winter or in the summertime after all the snowbirds would leave. I'd drive around, I'd talk to them for a little while, and I'd mark where they were on the GPS. And when they'd leave, I'd just go back there and rerun their tailings.
Yeah.
That's tacky.
It works.
Oh yeah.
A lot
of gold.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out here, Tim, they'll run a 140 or a Royal or whatever. They'll have the motor as high as they can crank it. They'll have it so steep that they think it's going to fall and it's getting pumped over so you go back and you run it low and slow and sit there and heck, you could drink a beer and run it, set on a bucket for a while, and you're going to get more gold out of it than probably what they found.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's like dry washing is like everything else. There's a method to it, and the method is all about classification, getting everything ready. I'll prep material for 3 days before I ever turn on a dry washer.
Yeah,
and I'll just run. I mean, I've been areas where I've done 3 days worth of prep before I even gassed up the dry washer.
Oh,
yeah.
And then when I go to work.
Me and Rob gets about 48 to 50 something buckets. I think is what we had last year. And we'll get all that below quarter inch minus. And then we run it, like I said, let it dry like an hourglass. And let that thing do its job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically it's like 120 buckets that I'm digging.
Yeah. So Dennis.
Yeah.
A dry washer is something you put dirt in that's dry, and it goes down, and the dry dirt comes out on the ground, and then you've got the gold and your concentrates in this dry trough. I just thought I'd help you out.
What's gold?
It's the same. It's the shiny stuff in with the black sand.
It's hard to deal with that gold when you're trying to make that much black sand. I mean, when you're trying to get that much black sand. And you got to deal with that pesky gold. What a waste.
Problem.
we did that when we went down on with Jim Hamilton, and Rich was down there, and Chad and Kathleen, and I think it was a 151 we were using. But before we even fired it up, we got like a minimum of 30 buckets, and we classified it, each, all the way to the top. Man, you talk about work.
Yeah.
And finally, when there was at least, I believe it was 30 buckets, that's when Jim fired it up, and then he just started feeding the buckets. And then while he started running, then we kept, me and Rich, we, classifying into the buckets, and it's pretty awesome. I mean, I had fun.
Dry wash.
Yeah. I mean, it is a good suggestion to have 3 guys running a 151, but 2 can manage it.
Yeah, two can do it if you're classifying, but
yeah,
if you got 3 guys shoveling into it like madmen, then it's just like
there's 4 of us. It took 4 of us to pretty much do it.
Yeah,
run.
It's a monster machine, and I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it, and now that I've gotten a tad bit older, I like taking it out when I've got all the friends and relatives and all their kids, and put buckets and classifiers and shovels in their hands and let them go out and just get after it.
Oh yeah.
Scott showed up, of course, after we had everything classified. But Scott had showed up. He knows what I'm talking about. But showed up with a beer in his hand.
Not a show.
No.
Wearing a white shirt, crisp, clean white shirt, and
sure, he wasn't about to get dirty.
But you know what? I wanted to share this because you guys know that we've been remodeling one part of the room, and I come across a box, and it was really heavy, and I thought, my God, now this is stuff that's been in there for I don't know how many years. So on top of the box, I find this other box, and I got this stack right here. Okay. And I couldn't believe it. It was my old, everything's still the same, nothing changed. My business card. Then I come across this stack right here. All right. And this one is
Prospectors Radio. Is that what that is? I can't see it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Still got the same number?
Wait a minute. Yeah.
Wow.
And then I come across a stack of these, and
oh yeah, well, I'll be darned.
And then
that's where all the business cards are.
Yeah, wish we still had those.
Oh, the old calendar. I'll be darned. So was all this in a box?
Yeah.
Man, that was back in the day.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
And then
oh
God, this is
and then there's more.
But wait, there's more.
A little stack of these. Now I don't know if this guy's still around or not. It's Eureka Gold Sands.
I don't know.
EurekaGoldSands.com. But anyway, I come across the bag. Of course, it had a little hole in the bottom, and I saw something leaking. Oh no, because that's where the heavies are going to sit. So I ended up putting this in there, and then I come across I get another bag of materials, and then I got this bag of orange juice looking stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know.
This stuff comes from Georgia.
Maybe.
Oh, that's uranium sponge. Way to go, man.
So I got some winter stuff to be panning.
You found some good stuff. I mean, if you're going to find stuff, it should be stuff like that. Just saying.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. When I was like, oh my gosh. I've had dirt and these bit cards. So I'm like, I'm handing these out again.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on, Scott. Hold on.
There's some of the Calamity 9 gold.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Show us again. Now we can.
There's some of the Calamity 9 gold. That's how fine it is.
That's mighty fine.
That's what I was using. That's what I was using for pay dirt bags. But like I said, we sold a lot of it. And then this right here, I can't remember where I found that piece of gold at. You remember where I found that big chunk?
Oh, was that single one in there?
Yeah.
That was Rob's. He needed rent money.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's what
we got.
But yeah, I got like this. these things right here.
That's where I found it.
Gold miner and pawn shop.
Yeah,
Right.
all in one.
That's all Calamity 9 gold that we were at the time using for pay dirt bags.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I got other assortment of gold and stuff that, well, one like this one here, that really needs to be clean like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll take care of
Is there
it.
any gold in there?
Yeah.
Nice looking jar of black sand, dude.
Yeah. I said it really needs to be clean. That's the cleanest gold I think I got right there off the Calamity.
That's clean. Yeah.
Yeah, that's been hand panned right there. That takes some time.
Looks like glitter.
Yeah.
What mesh was that?
What's that?
What mesh was that?
20 and below.
20 down?
Yeah. Most everything come off the Calamity 9 was, I would say, 20 mesh and below. The more of it was below than anything, but it was all, it's funny because when we started digging, we were digging into the hill, and I'm not going to tell anybody where it was. You could see a video of it, but we were digging in a hill, and then we backed up about 15 feet and poked a hole. Well, we went down about a foot through the dirt and hit white sand. Well, this white sand channel was big as 4 semis. And we dug the sand down 3 feet. After you go 3 feet, you dug yourself out of the gold. But it was all sand. I mean, I had tailings piles I had gigantic tailings piles down there, and I reran them things wet. And that's where I got the other 4 out of them.
Cool.
I think I was on that claim a long time before you were.
I expect you're right. But nobody dug where we were at, though. There was no test holes, nothing. There was just one hole up in the bank where it turned into where me and a friend of mine named Dennis One-Way Bridges, we opened that little hole up. The reason why he was called Dennis One-Way Bridges is because he always wanted to dig one way, and he didn't want to learn any other way. But we dug in there, and like I said, I'd bring it over, and we called it the yellow road. The yellow brick road, because you'd run one bucket through a sluice box, and your sluice box would have fine gold rolled right through the middle of the little rib rubber matting.
Right.
And after that, man, we like I said, we backed up and punched the hole and hit the sand. We quit sluice boxing it. We just started running it through dry washer after that.
Sure.
I was
it
was looking around today, and I found this roll of masking tape and this yellow highlighter.
Well, at least it's yellow.
I'd share it with you guys.
I found a glass case.
Oh, nice.
No glasses, but a glass case.
I had to look harder. Maybe I could find one of them.
And I found a thumb drive.
Oh, that's
right.
Oh, you ought to.
I've actually been looking for that one.
So your thing over here is going to be December 9th and 10th, right?
I don't know. I already told you.
Yeah, I'm going to beat it one of them. You just wait.
Yeah.
All right. Can we take like odds on that?
I want in on that one.
Yeah.
8th and 9th over at the Maricopa group, and then 12th and 13th at the Maricopa group.
The 9th, 10th, 12th, and 13th. All right, cool.
So that's 4.
No. 8th and 9th.
8th and 9th.
12th and 13th.
Okay.
Write it down, Scott.
December. I already did. She heard it.
Okay. So I was getting ready to write it down. 8, 9, 12, and 13 says 4 opportunities.
All right.
No, 2 opportunities.
Oh, so there's only 2. You got to be there.
Yeah.
Beginning.
Yeah. Look, that was the biggest mistake I made with gold trails. Is when I first started doing them, I was thinking I could do everything in one day.
Right.
And that was like I was 2 of them in when I went, oh, we can't do this. So I moved them to 2-day. And on the second run, I moved those to 2-day. And still the clamoring for the people wanting to just learn about metal detecting was overwhelming. So the second day, I devoted like the first 3 to 4 hours to anybody, just basic metal detecting and not basic, but really getting them out there and understanding how to make the machines work and do all this other stuff. And that worked out really well, but it was still just not enough. So that's why coming into this last group, I've been doing just detector events only.
Gotcha.
So what I'll do is I'll have a detector event, then I'll have a regular gold trails that comes along behind that, where it's all about learning everything else.
Right.
Now, Kevin, when you started doing the gold trails, wasn't that on TV at one time?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I knew it was.
Now, what about the Aztec gold thing? Are we ever going to get more of that?
I don't know.
Ah,
I
damn.
honestly don't know. I believe that there's still a hope for it, but
Okay.
yeah, that was kind of an all or nothing show with all three teams having to do really, really well. And I knew I've seen all the numbers for some of it, and then I've heard some of the stories. So
Right. Ah.
yeah, there is the possibility, but
Okay.
somebody had reached out to me at one point, and this was back in June, right before my birthday, and then we talked about some different ideas and some different things, and then they were throwing some ideas up, and they said, well, we think something's getting ready to happen here in the next couple of days, so we'll it's just kind of postpone this conversation for a little bit. I went, okay. And June 14th is when the writers went on strike, and of course,
Right. Oh yeah.
strike,
Okay.
everybody follows.
Yeah.
So even if sorry about that.
Okay.
Even if we had said, you know what, let's green light it, let's go for it, we didn't have anybody to do anything.
Right. That's true.
Camera guys were out. Our executive producer, he was out. Yeah, I mean, I don't even think we could have got craft services at that point.
Right. Would you like to keep doing it, Kev?
Oh, you bet. I'd love to. I mean, look, selfishly, quite frankly, having the money that the History Channel put behind us, be able to do that gave Chris and I such a huge jump. Yeah, because when you're paying for it completely out of your own pocket, it's what you can do when you can do it.
Right. Right.
And I mean, they propelled that project 3 years.
Wow.
3 to 4 years.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Now, are you still actively looking?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I figured you was. I mean,
What do you think you said at home? I know.
I figured you was. I had to ask.
No, man, TV show's over. I don't care anything about it.
I'm done. I ain't looking no more.
Yeah.
Now, when you guys do those kind of stuff, you don't use GoPro cameras and stuff, do you? You got the big cameras.
Oh God, they were using everything, dude. I had a GoPro strapped to my chest at one point in time, but yeah, most of it when we were in some of there were some places where we just flat told production they couldn't go.
Right.
You know, there's the mine safety officer and I. She was, I got to tell you, this is one of the greatest mine safety officers I've ever worked with in my life. But she wasn't really familiar with old mine shafts, like square roofed mine shafts. So we spent a lot of time, but there was a couple of places where we just told production, you guys can't go in. Yeah, and what was cool is they had some cameras some of the bigger cameras that were remote. So as long as they could see the camera, in a couple of cases they could, or we'd let them come into a certain point. We just wouldn't let them come all the way in, but they'd some cases they just ran the cameras remotely.
Oh,
which was really freaking cool. I haven't been around that time.
Well, if you ever need a camera guy, man, give me a call. I'll jump on board.
Are you a slinger?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
I shoot stuff all the time. I can film anything.
I can put a Sony 3000 XR on your hands and you'll know what to do with it.
I didn't say I would know what to do with it, but I can figure it out.
Give me 5 minutes and I'll.
Pretty. This is pretty.
Yeah, but like I said, I do all my stuff off a GoPro 9 now, but I used to use a actual camera with the flip outside for a long time. Most of my stuff's done on tripod, so it's not all shaky and stuff. So I make sure, when I do my stuff, it's pretty good looking. But I still use like the tripod it's got my camera on right now that we're viewing for. That's a tripod I actually take out to the field for my GoPro and stuff. Because like I said, I hate shaky videos. It just makes me upset. I hate it. But Yeah, I'm a stickler for good shots, and you just describe what you're wanting to do and stuff like that. Point, name, go.
Don't give a dog a bone, man.
Are you
Don't
tall
give
enough
it-
to
don't-
film him, or are you just going to be filming his ankles?
Oh, you guys and that shit.
This is Kevin's kneecaps.
These guys all think I'm like freaking 2 foot high or something.
You're an angry.
That's the first thing Rob met. When Rob met me, he got here right to the front step. I started walking the front steps. He goes, "You know what? You're not as short as what they." I was like, "Really, dude? Really?"
Like Scott the angry dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it? You're an angry elf. Yeah.
I wear a GoPro on my chest or on my head when I do my videos and all that. They have a little sensing thing in the GoPro that kind of keeps it from being too shaky.
Yeah.
Scott wears a GoPro on his head, but he's always catching everybody's knees.
Right.
You got a rough team.
You're older than I am.
You got a rough team. Well, I'll tell you, I'm shooting on. Actually, what I'm using for the webcam tonight is kind of interesting. I wanted to see if it would work. And so far, it's working really, really well.
That's a nice picture.
What this is the new DJI Osmo Pocket 3.
Eh?
The new gimbal camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're good products.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's one of my favorites. Is a 360, and I got GoPros running out of my ears.
And that's the one you're using tonight?
No, I'm using my what I'm using tonight is my Osmo 3, my Pocket Osmo 3, which is a amazing little gimbal camera. I've got gimbals that I use on my iPhones. I've got gimbals that I use for other things. But I had one of the Pockets when they first came out, and I really didn't like it. At best it could do was 1080, but now I've got 4K at 24 frames per second, and I can do all sorts of other stuff with it, and it's already on a gimbal, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to hook it up to anything else.
Right.
Yeah, but does your 4K suck the batteries out real quick?
No, not at all. No, okay. Not on this one. Now on on a couple of my GoPros, if I'm running in 4K, it really hurts. But then of course, Insta360 just came out with their new camera that shoots in 8K and all this other stuff. And I mean, it's just, I get a funny feeling. That camera's already hurt GoPro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an amazing. Plus, the really cool thing is, Scott, you were talking about your old camera with the flip out screen.
Right.
This new the new it's an Insta360, but it's actually just an action camera. You fold the screen up like an old Sony.
Oh. Okay.
And you've got a 2.5 inch screen facing you if you're doing your vlogging or anything else.
Yeah, that's pretty beneficial.
Really.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's Insta360 is known for having an incredible image stabilization and all sorts of other stuff. And I just, when I made the decision to do what I'm doing, I realized that I had a lot of stuff. I still use a lot of it, but there's some things that I just bought that I don't even know why now.
Right.
Yeah. I've got the one thing I still use are a couple of my big Sonys. I still use my Sonys. Got rid of my big Canon, just got rid of that big monstrous Canon and a bunch of other stuff. But I'm just looking.
You're downsizing. Right there.
GoPro. I'm sorry, a iPhone.
Yeah,
15 or 14 Pro Max.
Mm-hmm.
I have a camera that I can actually make a phone call on.
Right.
Instead of a phone that I can use as a camera, I have a camera that I can use as a phone.
Agreed.
This thing is absolutely amazing. I mean,
they are.
I still like my GoPro 9. I know they got newer GoPros, but the newer GoPros don't have anything that I specifically need.
Yeah. If you're shooting for YouTube, you're shooting in 1080.
Yeah.
You don't care what the frame rate is. You're just shooting and you're putting it up. And to me, because of I guess because I always shoot the edit and all this other crap that I learned in school and all these other things that, I shoot in 4K so I can resize images and do all sorts of other stuff. Or there was one that I just got finished, a video that I guess I handed my phone to the guy, said, do me a favor, and I showed him what to hit. And I did this explanation about a small gold mine that we just found. And I got back to edit it and I realized that he filmed it like this.
Oh my gosh.
Finger over the camera lens.
Yeah. And I managed, because it was shooting on the main, I managed to be able to, it was there, it was still there. I mean, it was still really apparent because he was holding it. I had it in a cage and he had his finger like that, so it wasn't quite on it.
Oh geez.
But I was able to, it looks kind of funky because it looks like I'm framed in the left third, when actually I just took the 4K and I cut his finger out and it put me over in that last third, but I didn't lose the footage. I didn't lose the footage.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I run an iPhone 13 and I do a lot of videos on net, record a lot of videos, but I also using my iPhone to edit a lot of my videos instead of my iMac.
Yeah.
And I found that it was a lot easier and a lot quicker, but I wish I can do a little bit more the Kathleen style videos, Kathleen and Shad.
Right. That's all done with Adobe and stuff, though.
Yeah. They're running Adobe Premiere. And,
right. All that stuff.
Still use my phone.
That's all I use is my phone if I do record.
I got an iPhone 12 and still shoot videos from it. I love it.
Yeah, they just work great.
Yeah.
It's work. And your
I use
why not?
I use the iMovie for the on the phone and Final Cut Pro on the iMac.
Right.
My iMac cannot handle the 4K videos, so I had to switch back down to 1080.
Gotcha.
Weird. Did you run 2.7 on there? 2.7K, or is that too much for it?
It's too much. It just eats up too much RAM.
Wow. Okay, so you're a 1080 kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
see, I use.
But if I,
go ahead.
I mean, if I use my phone, I'll shoot in 4K.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I still have not adopted the complete editing on my phone yet because I forget to carry my glasses with me all the time, and quite frankly, it's hard enough for me to see the freaking phone as it is.
Yeah,
I still like doing it off my computer because I can save my stuff in other files and I know where they're at. So if I have to come back and use one piece that I already put in and put it on the end, it's right there. It's a tap. I find it easy. And believe it or not, I mean, a lot of people still laugh. I still use Windows Movie Maker to edit my stuff. But I don't put none of that flashy spin around crap. It's edited. It looks like a movie.
Kevin's head's going to explode.
I use Video Shop. I love using Video Shop.
I just think it's easy.
I think Kevin wants to sign him up as an editor.
Editor, director, cameraman. Scott, Tony.
Hey, you guys ask Rob how I shoot a video. When you edit it, it comes out just like you see on TV.
All right, man. Let's talk. Because I mean, we actually. Here's been the problem with me being out on gold trails. I am so committed to making sure that everybody that's there is learning something. And at times I simply forget to turn on the camera or God, I've run out of batteries on a GoPro that's sitting on a tripod that's running on the tripod.
Right.
And there are times I need a shooter. And we actually put it out to a bunch of GPA members. I think it went out to about 5,000 or 6,000 people.
There you go.
And said, you want to help Kevin on the gold trails? And we got some good responses. I mean, we got some really good responses, but it's not like we're looking for somebody that was experienced, but we'd like to have somebody that that didn't say their last phone, the last camera that they had was a Polaroid,
Instamatic.
Just shake the
Yeah, that thing, you pulled out the little cartridge, the little miniature cartridge, you took it off with a photo map. That's what I've got.
Well, I still have it. I have a hard time finding film, but
yeah,
find it. Won't be in business.
Do you have a smartphone? No, mine's still a flip phone. Got big numbers on it. Too.
Yeah.
Yeah, shoot.
That jitterbug phone.
Don't laugh, dude. Someday
I
we'll
know.
both be wrong.
I know it.
We'll tell you, I've got a jitterbug.
Yeah.
I've got a jitterbug because it's got big numbers and I can see everything.
That's right.
And I got the jitterbug remote control to go with it.
Is there a remote control that goes along with it?
There will be.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if believe this or not, Kevin, back when I was 21, 22 years old, if I knew now or knew then what I know now, I'd been all over it. But I had a guy that actually shot pictures and videos for National Geographic, and my mom knew him. Well, my mom showed him a lot of my pictures and stuff that I used to take way back in the day. He's like, man, he should come and be on National, come and be a photographer and stuff like that for National Geographic. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I got other things to do. And man, I'll tell you, I should have jumped all over that. I should have jumped all over it, but I never did.
Yeah.
I actually, when I lived in Portland, Oregon, went to Multnomah Community College to learn about video production. And we had this public access channel. So I was actually behind the camera filming the reporters, be on the street holding the camera and doing the video editing that way. And that was using tape. That wasn't digital.
God, that was back in the day of the big decks.
Yeah.
Kevin, do you set up your shots or you just do like a crap load of it and then you got to go back through everything and then pick your pieces out?
Nah, well, I do both. I sit down and make myself a shoot list of the things that I absolutely need. When I first show up somewhere, where I'm gonna do a Gold Trails, I look around and because I always thought about shooting for edit. That's what I was taught, was to shoot for edit. And so when I'm looking at over here, if I'm going to be over in that spot and I'm going to be just doing a talking head thing, talking about what we're doing, I've already put a mark in the dirt. I know where I'm going to stand. I've got my framing set before ever just turning on the camera, and that way I'll put a mark where I'll put a poker chip down where I want one of the legs of the tripod, and I'll put another one where I'm going to be standing. I've got everything framed. I've got everything set up, and I just, that way I can just have anybody. Hey, hold on, before you run off. Hey, can you the red button, press that for me. Press that. Yeah, there you go. Press that red button. That one right there. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
that's how I do my shots. I set them up like if I'm going to walk by, and you want the walking in, and then you want the part where you're walking away. It's funny because you got to go back and set up your camera again, and you got to do like the same stuff over and over. But yeah, I like I like to get those shots like that because it makes it look like TV.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I think the ones that I have the hardest time with is like I'm on my way out to a location and out to a claim. There are times where I've got so much stuff going in my head about what we're going to be doing that day. I'm going through the list of people that are there, that are going to be there, and they're because what we do is when we sign people up, it's your contact information and what level of a prospector do you think you are, or do you feel that you are, and I've had a lot of brand new people, which has been fantastic.
Right.
But so I'm running those things, and there's been times where I'm sitting here with a GoPro sitting on a tripod, little tripod that I could easily just stop, run out, set it on the ground, open up my my app, back up into a drive-by shot, and then jump out and grab it and go to the next one of these different things like that. But again, I get so wrapped up in what I'm doing, I forget that I'm actually supposed to be filming. So, but quite frankly, I got dozens upon dozens of hours of film that I'm just starting to I took some of the newer stuff that I've done, and that's what I've been editing and posting up to our YouTube channel and a few other things. And I've got some other. I've got like 9 projects going on at the same time.
Speaking of YouTube, are you going to get into the shorts and try doing the shorts?
You know, I've been actually shocked. I really didn't like the idea of shorts.
I still don't.
I'm starting to embrace it because if you go to the @Gold Prospectors, if you go to YouTube and go to @Gold Prospectors, we've got a pretty good channel. But what's been surprising me, you know, it's been kind of dormant, and I've been kind of tasked to just take over everything. Yeah. Oh crap!
Well, I posted.
Jesus Christ! I didn't expect to see that. I just brought up YouTube, and I'm sitting there. I am sitting here.
Yeah, you're live.
Forgot I was on. I forgot we were live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, I posted 2 shorts on YouTube. I didn't want to go down the TikTok route, but I wanted to try the YouTube shorts, and two of them were on Scott's claim where we were digging last year. Both of those almost 300,000 views.
Nice.
So how many?
300,000.
Oh God, you're doing better than I am with it.
Yeah, I got some views on the shorts too. Just like little pieces of like old videos. You put them on there. I think it's YouTube's way of competing with TikTok, more or less.
Yeah.
But, so I would suggest taking some of your older footage and seeing if you on your phone and seeing if you're able to convert some of that into shorts.
Yeah, I actually have a program now. I spent way too much money for it, but what it does, it's all AI driven. And what's really cool is I can take like on the On the Gold podcast, I can take an entire podcast, load it onto that, and in about 20 minutes it sends me an email. And what it does is it creates shorts. You give it a few keywords and things that it looks for.
I
sent over an hour. I sent over an hour worth of a podcast that I'd done with Chris Ralph and Kevin Bell. And what came back was a beautiful, just an absolutely amazing, like 30 different shorts that were rated for their chances of going viral.
Yeah.
And it's AI. AI still scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't even know if I want to go down that road.
Well, I can tell you this much. I don't like the shorts. And I think the main reason is first time I actually started watching it was like 10 o'clock that night. Well, almost 6 o'clock the next morning, I realized, oh my gosh, I got to get to bed.
That's what they want. You did exactly what they want.
Okay. So Dennis, what you just said is that you did not say you don't like shorts. What you just said is that you ingested shorts exactly the way YouTube wanted you to. Yep. And you've helped a whole lot of people's algorithms. So you cannot blame YouTube. You cannot blame the idea of shorts for the fact that you are the perfect guy for shorts.
Yeah. They're like the plan.
I haven't really been on it since then because I was actually trying to find something that would interest me, but it wasn't long enough. None of the stuff in there was long enough for, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not a shorts guy. So.
Well, and what I like now is that when you first started putting up shorts, there wasn't much you could do with it. And now I take just about every short that I do or that I have done, and I'm linking it to a long form video.
Okay.
So within the website, within the GPA website, I'm sending that over or I'm linking it to a long format of the same video or something very similar. Like I put up one a couple of days ago, No Gold or So They Say, which is linked to a long, it's actually like a 4-minute video of explaining the halo effect and working with when I had Jeff Williams on the show and we were doing and he had a halo, he had a target and had a halo on it that we broke the halo.
Wow.
It is.
No, I know Scott. I know he likes the shorts. All he has to do is just get on YouTube, press live, and boom, he's short.
You know what's funny is like a long time ago, a lot of people used to say, "Well, your videos are too long." I'm like, I can't teach you what I'm trying to teach you in 10 minutes. It doesn't work that way.
Here is why I've never embraced Twitter.
Yeah,
I've tried. I have tried to embrace Twitter. I've tried to do everything. Oh, excuse me. X. Yeah. I can't even say good morning in 146.
Right.
It ain't happening.
Yeah.
I just never could. Yeah. The content.
I never understood
never
it.
got into it.
I don't get on Twitter or Instagram or none of that stuff.
Yeah.
And most of the people that actually are on what you call X, they say stuff, and if you watch like several days of their stuff, they end up sounding like because all they're doing is saying what's on their mind at that particular time. Well, if you read several of them, then you're thinking, well, this guy's batshit nuts.
I'll tell you what, a day of Twitter, you realize how messed up some people really are.
How bad this world is.
Yeah, I mean, I for about an hour, I sat down and watched this person's just their feed. Just watch their feed, nobody else's feed. And it was a younger person, and when that hour was over, it's like, A, our society is doomed. B, this person really needs help and doesn't know how to ask for it, so they're using a social media platform to ask for help. Oh crap.
Yeah, and they call those influencers. They call those guys influencers.
Yeah.
That's like, oh my God, I'm with you. Society doomed. That's what it is.
Well, yeah, I don't want to get too far down.
No, I don't either. Here, let's just go completely in a different direction.
How about taking a break?
We don't take breaks. Do you need a break?
Oh, you guys don't take breaks anymore? I thought you did.
Not no more. We don't.
Oh, okay.
If we do,
we need a break. You could take a break. I could play something while you take a break.
If we had sponsors, we'd take a break.
Right.
we don't take breaks anymore.
That's right. No sponsor, no breaky.
Wow. I guess it's been a while since I've been here.
It's been a while. That's what we said, man. Kevin, it's been a while. I mean, I still got stuff that I could play. I got my own stuff for GPS. I mean, we take breaks.
I think it's been a year since he's been here, at least.
Oh, it's probably
a little over.
Yeah.
It's been a spell. You want to take a break, Kevin?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kevin Hoagland, and tonight I'd like to talk to you about the absolute importance of American mining. Mining in America has been falling off for the last few years. It's being outsourced to different countries. We're losing our hold as far as a viable mineral producing country. Remember, if it can't be grown, it has to be mined. And everything that you're enjoying right now while you're listening to this either came from the earth as a metal or came from the earth as a food. So please support American mining. No more. No, never mind. I can't go that far. Okay, there's your public service address.
The words of wisdom from the buzzard himself.
Public service announcement. Yeah,
it ain't mine or grown. It don't exist.
You know, that is so very, very true. And I don't know. I'm going to freeze you guys for a moment. I'll be right back.
Oh, here. Well, yeah. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. Well,
I'm not going to stop video. I'll just
chat amongst ourselves. I'll remove your spotlight first off. Get you off.
Okay, there you go. Thank you. I'll be right back.
All righty. Hanging out tonight with Kevin Hoagland from Gold Trails GPAA, and was it? Don't want to get it wrong. Search for Aztec Gold, or was that what it was, Jaron?
What, Aztec Gold? Yeah.
That's
what
it was.
Yeah, Aztec Gold.
What did he say that at Prospectors was on his YouTube thing? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was on the GPAA YouTube thing.
Yeah, because I think they do the gold trails on that too.
Yeah,
They posted the videos on there.
I believe.
And speaking of, I'm gonna be right back.
All right, guys, taking a quick break. All right, and here.
Yeah, the official name is Lost Gold of the Aztecs.
Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Lost Gold of the Aztecs. Howdy, Dennis. Howdy.
If you're interested in gold prospecting or treasure hunting as a career, hobby, passion, or just something you're interested in getting into, you have to visit goldprospectorspace.com. At goldprospectorspace.com, you'll find forums, chats, videos, blogs, sections on dry washing, metal detecting, high banking, and so much more. At goldprospectorspace.com. There's a store, classifieds, and at goldprospectorspace.com every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Time. Tune in to Prospectors Radio, the talk show for gold prospectors and treasure hunters. GoldProspectorspace.com is a social network with thousands of members, and everything you need is at GoldProspectorspace.com. Sign up today and get connected to others who share your love of gold and gold prospecting. Let the treasure hunt begin at GoldProspectorspace.com. GoldProspectorspace.com.
I love gold.
I still love that. I love gold.
I like the one where it goes, Scott. Where's
Wait,
that at?
wait, where's that one?
You really still got that?
What, this one?
You know what? For the longest time, I thought that was Kathleen yelling that.
Oh. Nope.
I'm back.
Hey, he's back. All right. We played a commercial while you were gone. See?
Did you have a commercial to play?
I just did a GPS commercial.
And,
cool.
and let them hear the Scott.
Oh, he's gone again. Oh, hey guys, now we are on Amazon Prime Music. The show is so.
Really?
Yeah. So now, if you want to listen to us through your Alexa enabled app, you could just tell Alexa,
Isn't that cool?
find me
I love
Prospectors Radio, and she'll pop it right up and start playing it for you.
Really?
Yeah, it's very cool. We are
Man,
now.
we need to get cards that have all that on there, man. I'm telling you.
Would it be a phone book? We're listed on so many things.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we are. We're on a lot. We're definitely
The On the Gold podcast right now is listed on almost 400 different.
Holy moly!
Yeah,
that is awesome.
And I didn't do anything. I did the paperwork for Apple, and I did the paperwork for Amazon. And Amazon was like, boom, you're on.
Yeah, it was like within an hour it was on. I was like, oh, sweet. Yeah. Apple took a couple days, I think it was. But that was back in the very beginning when we was on 1,000 mics and stuff. So
how do you find it on Amazon if you're on a computer?
Just you got to just type in Prospector Radio on it under your Amazon Music, probably.
Yeah. Should be Amazon Music, or if you're a Prime member, just type in Prospectors Radio and see what pops up.
It should pop up.
Well, I'm going to check it out because I am a Prime member.
Type it in and see. All right, back to Kevin. Kevin, so is the GPAA having gold shows this year? Big question.
Yeah, I heard that at the very, very last of the last show, and we have nothing scheduled for 2024 now. What happens is some of these venues get a little they get a little proactive. And they start putting up that we're going to be here. It's a lot of people. I mean, they did since coronavirus came out. I mean, they're almost trying to like shame people into being into these places. Like, well, we're already putting it up there. We're advertising. It's like, you're not going to be here. It's like, no, we have no plan.
Right.
We are still in discussion internally about doing a couple of shows, maybe in 2024, but
maybe.
Now, with what we did, we made a statement. We made a big statement last time we did that run of gold shows. We did 6 gold shows. Quite frankly, GPA does not do gold shows to make money. It's not about us making money. If anything, we want to break even.
Right.
And that, quite frankly, that was not the case in when we did those 6 shows.
That was 2022, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really rough because out of all the shows that we did, first off, I was trying to get vendors, and vendors didn't want to travel. I mean, they just flat didn't want to travel. And I get that. I totally understand that, because at that point, costs were going up like crazy, and it was really tough.
Yeah.
And for those 6 shows, we only had 4 vendors that actually made the entire trip.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Mike Pung and Cash with Gold Cube and Golden Sand.
Mm-hmm.
They travel together. Dave at Gold Bay, and then Mine Lab. Those were the only 4 vendors that were able to go to all 6 of the shows.
Wow.
And attendance was down, so attendance was way down.
Yeah.
And that was really rough on the chapters, because GPA, I don't know if you guys know this, but GPA does not take the door money. All of that money is just like, I'm sorry, all the raffle money goes to the chapters. Every penny of that goes to the chapter.
Right.
As long as they're a nonprofit. And then what comes in the door, we can almost guess within 5 to 7% of what's at the door and what's going to be in the raffles. And there's a lot of chapters that traveled a long way, and they got some nice stuff. They got some money, but boy, it sure wasn't what it used to be.
Right. Do you ever think it's going to get back to the way it used to be?
I believe so. Everything's cyclic. This entire world is cyclic. Everything we do is cyclic, and we've gone through some things in the past. The world has gone through some things in the past that, granted, maybe not as bad as this whole Rona thing and everything else like that, but the world is cyclic, and it comes back around. So I truly expect that there'll come a point where we're in a better economy, where people are not sweating on paying for gas or this or that or anything else. And I talked to a friend of mine in California the other day that was just absolutely excited that for the first time in 2 years, they were paying under $5 a gallon for gas.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? And here, I seen it the other day here for $2.81. Say, isn't that ridiculous?
I'd love to see $2.81 gas.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was Friday coming home from work, $2.81.
Yeah. On Thanksgiving, it was $2.69 here at Walmart.
Wow, see?
Wow.
And the gas station down the street is $5.05.
Wow. And then the Sheets station had it Thanksgiving Day for $1.99 a gallon. Yeah.
$1.99 a gallon.
$1.99 at Sheets on Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. From midnight to midnight. It was $1.99. They did that on the 4th of July too. They did it for, what is it, $1.76 or something to celebrate the bicentennial.
Wow.
Yeah, ours did that on was it the day before or Thanksgiving Day? It was $1.65 a gallon.
See, that's sweet. And California's paying $5 a gallon. Yeah, that's just the way the world is now, I guess. Yeah,
and unfortunately, I can't even talk about that because Newsom came on a while back and started making some remarks about big oil companies gouging and everything else like that. And it was like, dude, I understand you're the governor of the state of California. Have you not pumped your own gas in 20 years?
Right.
Yeah, it's
do you realize where those taxes are going to? It's not the oil company, it's the taxes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's just nuts, though.
Yeah, considering you have winter fuel and
summer blend and winter blend.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got summer blend, winter blend, you got this blend, you got that special blend, you got all this other stuff. Oops. Sorry, I just made Siri really mad.
I can't do that. I cannot piss Siri off. Oh, mercy.
He lets me know. I love the Apple Watch because I can control my camera with it and a bunch of other stuff, which I didn't even know about. I thought it was just all about health and fitness and all this other stuff. And then one day I was watching a guy and he was controlling his camera, his iPhone with his watch, and
Oh yeah, that's
doing
what's
all sorts of other stuff. And I went, oh, I gotta have one of those.
See, I use mine just for the health aspect, just to watch my heart and stuff. That's all. That's all I use.
I get up in the morning, if I feel good, then excuse me.
Sometimes it's easier just to take her off.
Like my ex-girlfriend, threw her to the side.
Problem solved. That's all you got to do.
Guys, what? We got a topic.
I
feel weird just sitting here not talking about prospecting or mining.
Well, you have been.
Oh, okay.
Hey Tim, by the way, you are right. You're number one. You're number one on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm number one on Amazon.
No, I mean Prospectors Radio. When you type it in Amazon Prime Prospectors Radio, it's the very first picture. It costs absolutely nothing, and you get a whole line of everything we've played for the last 4 or 5 months or something like that.
Yeah, it's got all the shows, all the archives.
Yeah, Gold Trails, or I'm sorry, On the Gold. I believe On the Gold is the same way.
That's cool, though. That way, if anybody ever wants to listen to the old shows, they can just tell Alexa to play Prospector Radio episode 27.
Yeah, I tried to write a review, but it didn't work.
Well, you didn't think everything would work. Now, Rob just bought a new metal detector, Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin's number one, too.
Say?
Yeah.
Have
you ever heard of it?
Kevin, have you ever heard of this detector he bought?
What is it?
It is the MindLab Xterra Voyager.
A Voyager? You sure it's not the Enterprise? It's the Voyager?
Just the Voyager. The only way I found out about it was when I went to MindLab's website. And it's actually on their website, and you can only order it through Amazon.
Oh, one of those. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those entry level. I bought it because I wanted to do some YouTube videos about it to help promote metal detecting.
Right.
And
your
feedback on my well, is it?
Well, he ordered it. That's about it.
Oh yeah, it doesn't come in until tomorrow.
Gets it tomorrow.
Yeah. So I got all week to do it. Video on it. Right. Now, see, I owned a Xterra 705, so I'm used to that particular setup. But the Xterra Pro or the Xterra Voyager, I'm not familiar with it, but I'm sure it's just an entry level machine, and I want to help people get into it. For $149, you can't beat it.
So kind of like plug and play, just turn it
on.
Yeah.
No, but a lot of people are kind of questioning, those that are just learning about this machine, is it just some Chinese knockoff, or is it actually built by or made for MindLab? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm sure it's made by MindLab. Wow, that's kind of a good-looking machine, actually.
Yeah.
It looks like to me, I don't even think it's a stripped-down 705. I mean, I think it's
going to be more or less a coin shooter, am I right?
There's no time for relics coins. There's no...
Well, they're claiming beach, parks, coin shooting, fields, not prospecting, not like the 705 where I was able to do the prospecting mode.
Yeah, we worked hard on that 705 to get it to what it was. I love that machine.
Yeah,
I got a lot of. Quite frankly, I got a lot of sweat in the 705 when we went from the 70 to the 70 to the 705.
Yeah, you got a lot of work from MindLab, so.
Oh, that 705 was a quarter screamer. Every time I swung that coil over the ground and it screamed, I knew exactly it was going to be a quarter.
I was shocked at the amount of gold I actually found with the, the 70 was a good machine. There was a few of us that gave a lot of feedback, and I mean a huge amount of feedback. And I was working at Mine Lab at the time, and man, I'll tell you, it was they really listened to us, and I was really thrilled because they, like I said, they listened to us. And when the 705 came out, it was everything that we were asking for, as far as just a good gold machine. And with that 18.75 concentric coil on it, that thing was an absolute, in the prospecting mode, that thing was an absolute killer machine. That whole series was, especially when the 70, when that one first came out, it was the first digital detector that had really come to the marketplace with real honest to God digital signaling in it and some digital stuff. And it was amazing that the one part of it that was digital was just making sure that the coil and everything was actually matched to the machine. And that made a huge amount of difference. So
I actually met you at one event that Scott was supposed to show up, but he never did. Scott and Kathleen did show up, and it was at the one at Jackass Flats that one year. And I had my 705, and you were trying to teach me the difference between that machine. Even though I swung it out in the desert, I didn't find any gold, but I sure found a lot of lead.
Oh yeah. Well, if you were out in the desert and you were finding lead, the only thing you did not do was swing it over gold. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's I tell that to everybody today. We had a guy on the gold trails that found his very, very first piece of gold with a metal detector. And quite frankly, I mean, when the guy showed up, and I've got a video up on it, but the guy, he came out there to confront me. And they said it out of his own words was, I'm here. I'm going to confront you about this machine. I'm going to confront you about what it's capable of doing. I'm going to and I'm here to. I mean, he was like, it was a challenge, and I just looked at him with challenge accepted. And Bill and I worked with him for a little bit, and he went through the way that I'm doing the Gold Trails metal detecting classes is basically it's 2 days. So half the first day is just classroom, out in the field, going through everything, what you can do, what will help you become a better prospector with a metal detector, and really just all of those tools that you need to understand. And then we get out in the field for a little while. Then the next day, it's a little bit of a recap. And after that, we're in the field for the rest of the day. And on the first day, Floyd got really frustrated because we were out in the field and he got in this spot that he was pulling out little itty bitty tiny pieces of wire. I mean, like super tiny pieces of old screen wire, which excites me to no ends, because if you're getting into that wire, chances are you are right on top of an old dry wash tailing.
Oh,
yeah.
And where the dry wash was sitting, and around that area, he also found a couple of boot tacks. And the moment you start finding screen and boot tacks or upholstery tacks, I'm stopping everything I'm doing. I'm going to start raking. I'm going to start really working that area, because that screen mesh, that old wire screen, it's like a window screen. Mm-hmm. And that's what they had in the bottom of the very first types of dry washers, where you pump the bellows. There was no hand crank. You had to pump the bellows. Though that's what they had. That they had that in the bottom for blowing for the puffer to blow the air out. And then if you start finding the upholstery nails and boot tacks, you got these guys that are sitting there pulling on that bellows all day long on that canvas, and those boot tacks and those upholstery tacks are what held the canvas in.
Right.
So those things would break off, and at the end of the day, if they could find them, they'd mess with it. If not, generally they just put in new ones. So you get out, if you're out in the desert and you're metal detecting, you find something like that, you absolutely stop and you start paying attention to it, because back then those dry washers were less effective than, Keen 151 that's one person shoveling into. And he did. The first day he got frustrated and just frustrated, and the second day he just got over the okay, it's trash. I'm going to dig trash. I'm going to have to dig trash. And man, did he pop a nice little nugget right out of an old dry washer tub.
That's good thinking, though. I would never realized.
I wish I would have learned that, because I did find the little dry wash screen bits and boot tacks in a spot over there at that location. And I would definitely have, if I would have known that, concentrated more. But I did find a purple bottle sitting right on
purple bottles are cool.
Yeah.
Actually, any bottle is cool as far as I'm concerned. If it's blue or purple, then I get really excited. But
hey Kevin, we know you love metal detectors and stuff, but when it comes to picks, now I'm an Apex picks guy. Do you have a certain brand of picks that you stand by that you really like a lot, that you use a bunch? Or
the unfortunate thing is I don't even talk about it anymore because he's not making them.
Oh no,
it's the Hermit pick. It's the Hermit pick. I've got an Apex. I love my Apex, but it's big, it's bulky, it's heavy. I've got and there's another guy that's been building some picks, but I don't know if he's going to continue to do it. But old Calvin used to make a pick called the Hermit pick, and I've got 2 or 3 of them. When I knew that he was going to just kind of slow down on making them, I've got 2 or 3 of them. They're fairly lightweight. I can dig like crazy with them. But I shouldn't even talk about something that I can't get. But Apex, I do like the Apex. I love the Apex picks. Doc at Doc's Detectoring has put together a new pick that I really like his pick as well. To me, the pick has to be able to do 2 things. One, it has to be able to dig like a madman, and 2, it has to have a wide enough blade that I can do a lot of finesse with.
Yeah.
Because to me, when you hit a target, when you're out detecting and you get a target, and this is one thing I've been just harping on and really teaching people over the last few years, is that a lot of people, they'll get a signal and they'll grab the pick and they'll take the pointed point and they'll just get in there and they'll just start going crazy. And you don't need to do that. You absolutely, to me, that's not the way to do it. You take the wide section of your pick and you're going to break the ground up. You're going to scrape it back. And I'm listening to the signal. And all I'm doing is listening to that signal. As soon as that signal gets a little bit louder, then I'll come back in. And if I have to use the pointed side, I'll make a couple of scratches. But, I've watched so many people dig a hole like crazy, and then they can't figure out where the gold went. Well, they dug down 7 inches and they threw the gold out at 4 inches.
Mm-hmm.
So
now the one that you used, does it have the magnet on it?
Oh yeah. I don't go anywhere that.
Yeah. The one that Scott has, I've been using that, and it definitely needs to be replaced. We love that thing because you can see all the black sands just built right up on there going, we're following the right spot.
Yeah. And I put my magnets on the underside. Makes it really simple for me. I like it. Well, on my Hermits, I do that because it's a curved. It's actually a curved blade. What he did is he took a spring, a car spring, and plasma cuttered a car spring to make the pick side, and then he took the front end of a number 2 shovel and cut those off with the plasma cutter, and put that, and then welded that on, and then did a great, just an amazing job of putting these things together. And just
I've seen those picks. Now that you just mentioned, now that you just said what they look like, now I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it's one of the best picks I've ever used, and I wish he was still making them. If I still had my old plasma cutter, I'd probably start making them myself. But why? It's not like I have enough time to go out and start making picks.
Right. I wouldn't. You could squeeze that into your schedule.
Yeah. And then there's another guy. And I got to tell you, I love this pick. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Okay.
Because it is just one of the coolest picks I've ever seen. The guy gave me one. wanted me to try it, and I loved it, and then it disappeared.
That always sucks.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. It does.
Yeah.
And for you guys out there getting into metal detecting, never lay your pick beside the hole that you're trying to detect. Your detector will catch your pick.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
And don't be wearing steel-toed shoes either.
Yeah.
oh, I can give you. Okay, so here's all the things you do not do under any circumstance. One is do not wear steel-toed shoes. Number 2, do not ever put your pick by the hole. Number 3, if you have a rare earth magnet, never put your rare earth magnet on your metal detector. Number 4, don't wear freaking belt buckles that big.
Yeah.
Leave your rodeo buckles at home.
Yeah, I've told that story. I've told that story. I know I've told that story on here. But yeah, it's
or when
the
they
guy was doing everything right. The guy was swinging. Everything was just absolutely perfect, and could not figure out why every time he swung it, there was just this weird sound. And I could not figure out what the hell it was. And finally I looked at him and said, "You got a belt buckle on?" The guy lifts his shirt up and goes, "Well, hell yeah." And the guy's got a baby moon for a buckle. This old Texas boy, and he was like, yeah, it was crazy. It was absolutely absolutely crazy.
What about when they use the pinpointer in their hand and they got a wedding ring on? It's here.
If you're married and you're going metal detecting, do yourself a favor and also your wife. Leave your golden ring at home, order you a silicone ring and wear that.
Oh, there you go.
You're still showing your love. You're not
Get a
taking off
tattoo.
All right, get a tattoo of the ring.
Tattoo of the wedding ring. You never have to worry about it.
That's right.
No, no freaking way.
Look at his face.
Get a tattoo of your wife's name. Put it on your chest.
Dude, there's a damn good reason why I'm 62 years old and never been married and I ain't got no kids.
Don't have a tattoo.
I'll be damned if I'm going to get a tattoo on my ring finger on my left hand for any reason whatsoever.
Well, I've been lucky with mine, so I think I'll have to worry about that for the next 30 years. So
I'm not going to say it. I'm glad you're happy, dude. I really am. I love you. Love you, brother.
I love you.
Like me, I don't have no kids because I'm the biggest kid I know.
Exactly.
Second that.
Well, I realized that I was not marriage material back when I was in my 20s and working in the oil field and then going off and doing, it's just, there was one time I thought, you know what, I'm going to go to Australia for about, the girl I was dating, I told her, I said, I'm going to go to Australia for about a month. Whoops. My visa ran out when they threw me out.
That probably didn't go over too well.
So you've never been married, Kevin?
Nope.
Really?
No, I you know what? I don't mean that. I would not do that to somebody because I know who I am, and I go off and do stuff all the time and sometimes it's really rough. It's rough. I'm rough on a relationship. I'm hard. I'm hard to get along with. Somebody asked me one time if I had to work for myself, what would I do? And my remark was I'd quit. It
wouldn't work for you.
Yeah, me, I got a gal now. She's the patience of a saint. So I'm pretty hard on the relationships the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not so bad that when I'm in a relationship, I'm all in. I mean, that's all there is to it. But I've been known to ball squirrel more than once.
Did you find that pick yet?
Somebody save me at this point. I'm trying to find it.
I was just trying to.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's do another screen share. And there we go. And there we go.
And there we go.
Okay.
Tim's like, he's looking like, where's that?
There we go.
Did it share?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Screen share. There it is.
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It is a very, very cool pick. And what I like about it, so if you look at it, you'll recognize it pretty quick. It's the hustle, and it's part of the hustle and the blade of a number 2 shovel.
Right.
The guy just repurposed the whole thing, and it's super lightweight. I wish I could get a better.
Wow.
Boy, it's got a long ass handle. Good Lord.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, this thing is super lightweight. It's easy to carry and really easy to swing. I wish there were some better pictures of it. And quite frankly, it's really not that bad of a price. But I tell you, this thing is super lightweight. And when I had it in my hands, I could literally swing this thing with just I could hold it all the way out hold the end of the stick and just swing it without any problem whatsoever.
It says it weighs less than 3 pounds. I mean, that's
yeah. It's great.
It looks beefy, but yeah, for what me and Scott do when we're digging foxholes, we don't need a long handle.
Oh no! This is not a foxhole digger. No, it's not a foxhole digger.
I got the Apex with the 24-inch handle on it.
Yeah, that's a tough pick that's really a tough pick to beat. So, yeah, there's certain things that I just say are tools, and the things that I always talk about that everybody needs. And if you're going to go out metal detecting, if you're looking for gold, a good rare earth magnet or two is number one. Mm-hmm. You've got to have a good magnet. That's all there's to it. You've got to have a good digging tool. I don't use pinpointers. I use pinpointers if I'm coin and relic hunting, but as far as like gold prospecting, I've never really used a pinpointer. I just do it with the coil.
That's like I said, my gold bug's got a pinpointer on it.
Yeah.
Well, what about the MD20?
Oh, no. The MD20 is not a pinpointer. The MD20 is a 300 kilohertz metal detector.
Yeah.
And I have
four
of them.
Some will argue that would be considered like a pinpointer, but yeah.
Yeah. I've never considered the MD20 a pinpointer. It's so far advanced for everything that it does. And then you guys have had to listen to me ad nauseum talk about the virtues of the MD20. And quite frankly, if you don't own an MD20, I own 4 of them.
Oh.
And I've got one in my dry wash kit. I've got one in my metal detecting kit. I've got one in my sluicing kit, and I've got one in my just my general kit, my general prospecting kit.
Mm-hmm.
That way, I know that I never leave without having an MD20 with me.
I'll be darned.
And it's just one of the most amazing things. And then we found a piece of gold that I had to look at through a 100-power loop. One of the lighted magnifying loops. I had to look at through this in a piece of the little hollow point and some quartz to be able to see that little speck of gold. And I'll tell you what, the Falcon was banging on it. I mean, just absolutely banging on it.
That's cool.
Who makes that MD20 again?
Pardon?
Who makes the MD20 again?
Wally Deshawn. It used to be Wally Deshawn, who used to own A&B Prospecting, sold it to his son, sold it to Ryan.
Ryan, yeah.
Wally is just he makes the MD20s, and Wally's background on that stuff is really, really heavy. I mean,
wait a minute. I got an MD20.
Yeah.
I love using it because Scott's got one.
Hey, you can tell how long it's been since I've had it in my hand.
Oh God! Oh,
that's why I said there. I was like, man, that sounds really familiar.
Okay, Kevin, any final words before we wrap it up, there, buddy?
No, man. Hey, thanks for it's been nice to be back, and
it's
been a long time. Yeah. It's kind of weird to just sit here and just have a conversation and not have like a real topic to jump into.
You know how we are, how we roll.
So I'll give a pitch. Hey, if you're a GPA member, or even if you're not a GPA member, go over to goldtrails.com and take a look at my schedule. If there's something that works for you, sign up and show up. That's all you have to do, because it's completely, totally free. And you'll have 2 days of instruction with myself, a 50+ year miner that's been in some really weird places over the years. And when I have associates, if Scott would actually want to come out and be a part of a Gold Trails, then I would love to have Scott to come out to be to be an instructor as well.
I'm going to be over there December. You watch. I'm going to be there.
All right.
Okay. If you're going to be there, I'm going to put your ass to work.
That's all right. You got my promise. I will be there this December.
Okay. All right.
So
other than that, guys, hey, I hope everybody had a great holiday. It's been a long time. I've missed being here. Reach out to me anytime. I'll jump in and do whatever I can. And love you guys. Miss you guys. Life is great.
I catch you, brother.
Looking out the window over at Rich Hill in the dark, and
there you go, living the dream.
Hey, Scott, I don't live in Wickenburg anymore, Scott. If you want to come see me, there's a place in the desert, starts with an S, ends with an N.
I know right where it's at.
Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay.
Are you still in Arizona?
Oh, I'm still in Arizona.
Okay.
Still in the desert.
The only way they're going to get me out of Arizona is when they take some of my ashes to a couple of other places other than Arizona where I want to be spread out.
All right. Okay. Kevin, thanks, brother. You take care.
Hey, guys, appreciate it.
Stay safe.
I'll be there, buddy. I'll be there.
All right, man. Scott, give me a call. We'll talk about it.
You got it, man. Thanks.
Bye, Kevin. And on that note, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thanks once again to our buddy Kevin Hoagland for coming and hanging out with us and just shooting a breeze tonight.
That's awesome.
And don't forget to check out Flash in Your Pan tomorrow, Tuesday, Tuesday, he's going to have Steve Rydell from Bering Sea Gold.
Steve!
That's going to be an interesting one.
That will be quite the interesting show.
Yeah.
I'll definitely be there.
Oh, crap. I think I stood Ed up.
You think what?
He didn't check out yet.
All right, we're out of here. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you.
Good night, Gold
See you, everybody.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.